Second one is giving, accepting, extending and giving invitations. Third one is directions. So these are three very important topics from the first unit that is meant for the speaking skills. Now, of them, the first lesson is expressing obligations. Okay. We can make request. Similarly, we can also express obligations. If you want to express the obligations, what are the words that we have to use in English language? Similar to this, for expressing request, there are many words. For example, please, kind, can, could, would, may, etc. These are the words. How they are used, we learnt in the previous semester. It means these are the words from the class of modal verbs. We know that there are 13 modal verbs. Shall, will, can, could, may, might, ought, need to, must, have to, and etc. These are modal verbs. Each modal verb gives a variety of meaning. Will does not give only one meaning. Will gives 3 or 4, 5 meanings depending on the context of the situation. How? For example, I will help you. Here, will is a modal verb. Here, will indicates a promise. I will help you. I will help you. In this sentence, will indicates a promise. Okay. She will go to Hyderabad. She will go to Hyderabad tomorrow. She will go to Hyderabad tomorrow. In this sentence, will indicates future action. In previous sentence, promise. I will help you. In this sentence, she will go to Hyderabad tomorrow. Will indicates future action. Second one is, I will beat you. I will beat you. I will beat you. In this sentence, will indicates threat, not future action, not promise. It indicates threat. I will beat you. I will beat you. So like that, each modal verb, which are 13, depend on the context of the situations, it gives a number of meaning. The situation decides what is the meaning of that. Depends on the speaker. The speaker express his intention with the help of these modal verbs. We discussed how to use some modal verbs regarding to making request. Now, similarly, there are other modal verbs that we can use for expressing obligation. Okay. Now, let us see that what is an obligation. So, in this topic, we can discuss the introduction about the obligation that completed. What is obligation? Using obligation, Next, words that are used for expressing obligations. After that, we can see some examples with the words that are used for obligation. So these are the points we can discuss in the topic expressing obligations. Okay. Now, what is obligation? What is obligation? Okay. In Telugu, if we say that obligation is bhagyata, or it is your duty, or it is your responsibility. The duty of a person, the responsibility of a person, we can say that in Telugu, bhagyata. ఎక్కడైతే the duty or the responsibility is there, we can say that it is an obligation. So obligation తెలుగులో ఏమంటారు? బాధ్యత. So other words to express బాధ్యత is duty or responsibility in general sense. In general sense. To express the duty or the responsibility, to express duty or responsibility, we have certain words in English language. Always we cannot say it is your duty, you have to do homework, it is your duty, you have to wear the helmet, it is your duty, you have to submit your assignment, it is your responsibility. Always we do not use these general words to express the obligation. For that, there are certain words. We use the words, it expresses a strong obligation. As there is no choice, you have to do. It conveys that sense of the meaning with the certain words in English language. Okay, now let's see that here is the definition is given. The meaning is given. Something by which a person is bound to do certain things. It means where a person, it is compulsory for him to do certain things. If it is comes from out of his duty, then we can say that it is his responsibility or his obligation. Or we can say in other words, obligation is used to express when it is necessary to do something. If it is necessary to do something, we can say that it is obligation. If it is not necessary, we never say that it is his obligation. ఏంటి ఇక్కడ ఎప్పుడైతే ఒక పని ఒక వ్యక్తి ఖచ్చితంగా చెయ్యాలి, ఒక వ్యక్తి ఒక పనిని ఖచ్చితంగా చెయ్యాలి, ఈ ఖచ్చితంగా చెయ్యాలి అంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ నెససరీ టు డూ సంథింగ్. ఖచ్చితంగా చేయాలి అటువంటి ఒక పనిని మనం ఎప్పుడు దాన్ని ఏమంటాం? దట్ ఈస్ ఆబ్లిగేషన్. సో ఆబ్లిగేషన్ కి ఇంకొక తెలుగు వర్డ్ ఏంటిది అంటే బాధ్యత. ఇఫ్ వన్ ఈస్ బౌండ్ టు డూ డ్యూటీ ఆర్ హిస్ రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ, we can use obligation. So here given obligation is called
अच्छा बैठ
that what is an obligation? It is duty, it is the responsibility, or it is bhagyata, or when one is necessary to do something. All these activities come under obligation. So when obligation is used, this expression obligation is used when something is necessary. If there is no necessary, we never use that obligation. Means if there is a choice, why do we use it necessary? If there is no choice, then we can say that it is necessary. So to say something is necessary, at that time we can use this obligation. For example, everybody has to submit your assignment. Submitting your assignment is necessary or optional? It is necessary. Is my voice clear? Can anyone confirm it, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh. Next. Taking your slip test, is it necessary or it is an option? It is necessary. So it is your obligation. Or wearing your ID cards, it is necessary. At that time we can use this obligation. One. And it is necessary to your uniform while attending your college. So these are some incidents where you are required to do something that is necessary. On these cases, we can use obligation. Okay. But we know that if you want to express obligation, there are certain words to express obligation. What are the words that we can use for expressing obligation? First one is must. Second one is have to. Third one is need. Fourth one is should. Fifth one is shall. Sixth one is ought to. Seventh one is required to. Next one is had better. The last one is will. These are certain words. These are certain words are used to express obligation. When obligation is used, when something is necessary, means there is no option. If there is option, this obligation is not used. So, when something is necessary, we can use this obligation. These are the list of the words are used for expressing obligation. Those are must, have to, need, should, shall, required to do, had better, will, ought to. Now, in this topic, we never focus on all these words. Our focus is on must and have to. Or we can go to some extent should and ought to. We can know how these words are used to express obligation. Now, of them, the first one is must. Okay. These obligations can express in present tense and past tense as well as the future tense. Okay, if you want to express obligation in the past, we can use had to. What is the word that is used to express obligation in the past? Had to. Or if you want to express obligation in the present, we can use have to or must. Have to or must. If you want to express obligation in the future, what is the we can use will have to. So will have to, that expression is used to express obligation in the future. Obligation in the present, obligation in the past, had to. It is clear. So these are the ways of expressing obligation in the present, past and future. Okay. Here, out of all these things, obligation in the present, that is our focus. If you want to express obligation in the present, what are the words that we can use? Must and have to. So these are the two words are used to express obligation in present tense. And to speak about some compulsory behavior, some change from the point of view, we can use have to and must. Next. Okay, must is the positive. If you want to express the negative, must not. Yes or no? Okay. Then this word must and must not are used. See, if you want to do some activities, if there is a choice, then we do not use must. If there is no choice, then we can use this verse must or must not. If you have the choice, we can use some other words. You may, you can do or not, may. But if there is no choice, then we can use must or must not. Okay, now these words must or must not are used to give orders, to express obligation or compulsory behavior, or when there is no choice. Under all these circumstances or situation, we can use these words must or must not. For we can use these words must not when there is no choice, to give orders, to express obligation, and compulsory behavior, some change, compulsory. In all these cases, we can use these words must and must not. Okay. Now we can go to some extra details about the word, how must is used to express obligation. Okay. We know that must is used to talk about the obligation. When that obligation, necessary, the compulsory, comes out of the speaker point of view, then we can use must. It means if the obligation comes from the person who is speaking. For example, in the classroom, you must submit your assignment on or before. You must take your test. This authority for the obligation comes from me. When the authority for the obligation comes from the speaker side, then must is used. When I say you must submit, you must be in time. That is the authority. The obligation comes from which person point of view? From the speaker point of view. So in that case, we can use that word must. For example, you must do your homework every night. Because I say you must. The speaker point of view, the obligation. Next, I must stop smoking. So it is the speaker saying that I must stop smoking. It means because it is a good idea to stop. Now we will see some other example. With that it will be clear how that word is used to express must. That authority comes from speaker point of view. For example, he must take care of his health because he is suffering from diseases, suffering from diabetes, from BP and sugar and etc. So that we can, the speaker says that, here doctor, he must take care of his health. Yes, you must do. Next example, you must not drive without helmet. Compulsory, no choice. You must not drive without helmet. You must not be even 1 minute late. You must not touch or look at your mobile phone during the class. You must look at your textbook when you are reading lesson. See that in all these cases,